name is Daniela. I'm one half of the Two Chicks Crafting. My mom, Adriana, she's not here right now, but she is here with us in spirit. We also have Shinobi, who's on one side, and then Keila, who's on the other side of the floor. So we do have a lot of people here. They're just sleepy looking and continuing on with their sleep. But anyways, today's Vlogmas is going to be mainly about how to deal with customer service in an online setting. So if you're running your own business or you're thinking of opening your own business, hopefully these steps will help you kind of understand what the expectations are and how to set the right tone with your customers. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the first thing is to always be professional. So even though it's an online business, whenever people think of professional, they think of that like business attire or corporate, that sort of thing. But even though you're a small business, it's even more important for you to have that professional outlook and that vibe. And that doesn't mean that you lose your personality, obviously, because your business is you, so that is part of it. But it does mean that you have to create a sense of trust and a sense of commitment and quality throughout all of the communication that you have with your customer. So whenever we talk about being professional, it's being acknowledging that they're writing to you. So thank you for reaching out. Thank you for not making assumptions. Thank you for always supporting me, that sort of thing. Like, you're being professional, you're being appreciative, you're really gaining their trust, and to show them how much you value that they are even considering buying from you. So always be professional, regardless of what type of question, how silly it might be or it might not be. You still want to acknowledge the value that they play into your business. All right. Number 2 is always reply. So like I just mentioned, regardless of how silly it might be, even if it's something that's obvious or it's already stated in the description, whatever it is, always reply. Like, don't leave them hanging. Don't leave them just waiting on you, because that's the worst that can happen. Like, the worst thing that you can do is just leave someone hanging where they're just making assumptions, making their own story in their head as to what kind of person you are, what it is that's going on. So always reply back to whoever is reaching out. Number 3, create an expectation. So what I mean by this is, whenever you're writing to them, even though you do want to reply to them, obviously, like we just said on number 2, you still want to figure out what kind of expectation you want to get them used to. So when you have your own business and you're on your phone, it's very easy to just get a message and like you speed through it and you want to go answer it right away. And that might seem great, but also think about that expectation that you're setting. So they emailed you, and 1 minute later you're replying. That can be a negative depending on what they ask. They could be like, okay, well, this person just brushing me off. Well, or they could take it as they know their stuff. But depending on what it is, now they have that expectation that whenever they email you, you gotta be ready in 1 minute. So I would always say, just as a rule of thumb, wait at least like 15-20 minutes if you are going to reply back immediately. Because especially if you have a full-time job. If you have a full-time job, you can't be on your phone, or at least I know in my job, I can't. I have to focus on my job, and then after work or during my breaks or lunch or whatever, then I might reply back. But otherwise, you have to be focused on your job. So if you set that expectation, oh, I want to email them, and then 1 minute later, they're going to reply back. Now they might be upset. They might think something's escalating. You might make things like worse by being so immediate. So always think before you act. Next thing, number 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4 is think about what it is that they're asking. So are they asking about your product? Are they asking about a discount? Or are they asking or giving you a complaint, which is always not a fun thing to get. So you want to understand what it is that they're hoping to gain by communicating with you. There's always something that they want, and it's your job to make sure that you're answering in a way that it makes sense for them. So when you're talking about, let's say they want a discount. When it comes to a discount, you want to have very clear in your mind how it is that you want to run your business. So a lot of people, and we see this in stores, like big box stores, where they will put the prices like super high, and then it's a sale, and now it's at a reasonable price. So do you want to run your business like that, where you say like, oh, this is worth $90, but really it's worth 40? So like think about that. Like, what kind of percentage do you want to show? Like, unfortunately, the way that the online system works, and I can only speak to Etsy so far because that has been where we have both our pet clothing and our lingerie shop, that Etsy rewards people for giving discounts. So a lot of people would say, okay, well, this t-shirt is worth $30, but I'm gonna give it a 10% discount because they know they'll rank higher in like Etsy search, which is kind of like, eh. Like I don't personally agree with it, but it is the way that the search function. Same thing with free shipping. If they're selling a t-shirt for 30 and they want to do free shipping, it's not like they're actually giving you free shipping. It's just psychologically they put it up to 35, and now you get free shipping marked on your listing. So now you have better ranking. So think about how you want to run your business, whether doing a discount is something that you want to enforce, because just note that if you are giving discounts, you're probably going to get asked a lot more frequently, hey, can I get a discount on this? So something to consider. Just think about it before you reply back, and think about the setting, again, that expectation you're setting with your customer. If you give them a discount now, if they see something else in your store, they might also assume, hey, I can ask for a discount on this. So be very critical and find your own boundaries as to when you're willing to do a discount. Now, if they're asking about your product itself, let's say they're asking, hey, what size is this? Or like in our case, like in the lingerie shop, we measure every single item one by one to make sure that the person knows exactly what it is they're getting, because it is a vintage item and sizing really has changed throughout the years. So we always make sure, like we say, like pit to pit, and somebody might not know what that means. So even though like they might be asking, hey, how much is it around my chest? Like technically the answer is there, but they're not familiar with the terminology. So it's your job to make sure that you're explaining to them what it is. So you can say, okay, oh, well, the measurement is this. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, you can also say, hey, I'm going to go grab it. And you go grab it, you take some new pictures, you show them what it is. And that can help them get a visual as to how to understand your measurements. So it's always good, as a rule of thumb, to provide extra information. Just make sure that you're not overwhelming them, you're answering their question and giving them the information they're asking for. Like, super important. Don't blow it off. Don't tell them, oh, well, it's in the description. Like, no, that's if they had seen it, if they understood it, they wouldn't be asking. Now, last thing, just to kind of finish off the video, if they are reaching out to you because of a complaint. Now, complaints are probably going to be like a whole separate video on its own. If you want to learn more about complaints or issues or things like that, you can comment down below and then we'll consider making a video. If not, then we'll probably still make it, but it'd be awesome if you could comment to see if any of these tips are helpful to you. But when it comes to complaints, it's very easy for you to get sucked into it and even feel angry or frustrated or even devastated, like depending on like how you take your business. Like, it can be so like heart crushing for somebody to give you a complaint and knowing that something was done differently, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you see it or the reality as you perceive it is, because the reality is whatever the customer sees. So don't go into the defensive. Whenever you read a complaint, step back, come back at least 30 minutes later, reread it, and then step back again. Think about what it is that you're answering, and then answer. And even then, I would suggest, if you have anybody that can read your message, really reach out to them and ask them, hey, can you read this, to make sure that I'm not being defensive, aggressive, I'm not coming off too strong. This, again, this comes back to that professionalism. You need to understand how to deal with the situations, even though it makes you uncomfortable. So always do it with a leveled head. And regardless of the complaints, whether it was something that you missed or not, remember that you're just human. Cut yourself a break, and you're trying your best, okay? Like, you don't need to be perfect in every situation. There's no way that nothing is ever going to go wrong, but it's how you react to it and how you take it that's gonna make all the difference. So if they give you a complaint about something, they let you know, hey, like, this actually isn't this, it's actually that. It could be informative, like some people, and then you take it as a learning and you say, okay, how can I prevent this scenario from happening again? And that's how you grow as a business. So just to wrap things up, when it comes to customer service, the key is to always make the customer feel special and feel valued. You want to have them feel like they're being listened to, and you want to answer their concerns fully. So hopefully you guys found the tips helpful, and you guys continue to grow your business. If you are growing your business, if you're not, I hope you enjoyed the video, regardless. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.